Hi everyone! So I know there are a ton of mask tutorials out there, but I need a mask myself, so I thought I would add my 2 cents to the fray using only the supplies I already had at home. And I hope you guys enjoy. This no-sew mask design was supplied by my lovely mother. Thank you, Mom. Take a t-shirt and from the hem measure 7 inches on one side and 3 inches on the other. Connect these markings with a line and cut. Measure about 3.5 inches from the fold and mark. Cut from the other side to this marking. Mark the center of the fold and open. Then snip a tiny hole on the inside of the hem and feed in your twist tie or pipe cleaner. That's it. Easy! So you just tie the top, and before tying the bottom, just twist the ties forward so there's no gaping at the chin. This second no-sew mask is also my mom's design. This time we are using the elastic of the neckline. So cut the back neckline out about 1 inch past the shoulder seam, measure 7 inches at the center front, and from the t-shirt sleeves, cut 1 line to the neckline and 1 line to the center front marking. Do this for both sides. And done! I really like that this one only needs to be tied once. Now I'm sure this mask is somewhere out there on YouTube, but I didn't have a particular reference. So cut a 10 by 8 inch rectangle. Along the wider edge, fold one side 1/4 inch and 1/4 inch, which you will sew down, and the other side is folded at 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch to encase the twist tie. Sew those up. Then fold the sides 1/4 and 1/2. Place your elastic in the casing and sew it up, being sure not to sew the elastic. I like this one because it was pretty comfortable, but I could feel my breath coming out of the sides, so it's not the best design, or else I think my elastic wasn't the best choice. The casing didn't easily move over it, so I would use one of those cloth covered hair ties. That would probably be a lot easier. This mask was referenced from Homemade on Our Homestead, but I simplified it just a little for quicker sewing. It includes a filter changeout pocket. So start with a 16 by 10 inch fabric rectangle, fold widthwise and sew at 1/2 inch seam allowance, leaving a 3 or 4 inch gap in the center. Iron the seam allowance flat and turn out. Sew around the opening, then iron the rectangle flat. Stay stitch the edges at 1/4 inch, then fold over 1/4, then 1/2. Take some string, about 45 inches, but I would just leave the string on the spool and not cut it, and once you put it on, you can figure out the length. Place the string inside the folds, leaving it looped at one end. Next, sew up these folds with the string inside, then insert a twist tie at the top, opposite the string loop, and sew a casing around it, and you are done. I found having to tie the string at the back was annoying because my hair would get in the way, so I would rather get elastic that was the appropriate size, or use a cord stopper to fasten some string. This final mask is my favorite, and I think it is a favorite all around. I will be showing you how to make it with and without a filter insert pocket. To create the pattern, draw an intersecting vertical and horizontal line in the center of a paper, then follow the measurements as shown. Connect the dots and you have your pattern. Cut 4 of these out in some cotton fabric. If you want a filter change-out pocket, cut 6 of this pattern and shorten the sides by 1 inch. So start by sewing the curved seams and top stitching. For the insert pocket, fold over the straight edge of the pocket and sew. Since my fabric was so thin, I had 2 layers, so I just sewed them together and turned it out, then top stitched. Next, sew together along the curve, then top stitch. You then want to stay stitch at an 1/8 seam allowance to the liner piece, so the inside piece of the mask. Next, you want to attach the 5.5-inch elastics to each side of the mask. Sew around the mask at 1/4-inch seam allowance, leaving one side open. Next, along the base, add a 3-inch elastic. Place it 1 inch from the side and sew, stretching it to the other side. Finally, snip the curve at the nose area and the corners and turn out. Insert your twist tie at the top and sew a casing around it. Flip in the opening and sew closed. I really liked the denim one, but it was one of my earlier prototypes and I made it quite pointy and thus it felt quite bird-like. Also, FYI, denim is difficult to breathe through, so I altered the pattern, created this one, which is much more comfortable, and I imagine it can actually accommodate a filter without making it so hard to breathe. I found that it gaped a bit because of the weight of the fabric, so I added 2 tiny tucks to either side. And that's it. Hi guys, thanks for watching. I hope you found a mask that you liked and that works for you. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell. I know that a lot of people right now with the current events are pretty concerned, anxious, scared for relatives, friends, maybe even themselves. And I wanted to link my singing channel. I did a song recently that is meant to encourage people, help them be at peace in this time. So if you want to, just check that out. Everybody take care, stay in, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!